Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to make some delicious black forest cake. So first we're going to take 250 grams of all-purpose flour, or you can call that maida. We're going to take 100 ml Pepsi. We're going to take 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. We're going to take 150 grams unsalted butter, 1 tin milk maid, 4 tablespoons of sunflower oil, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and baking powder. Now we're going to mix all the powder ingredients and sieve them thrice. So now we've added our maida already. We're going to add our baking soda, baking powder, all of those ingredients together. Now we are going to add the cocoa powder. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, as you can see. 3, 4, and if you want it extra chocolatey, then 5. We're going to mix all these powder ingredients very nicely. Sieving is a very important step when you're baking any cake in general, because sieving makes sure that all the powder ingredients, they have a beautiful fine texture. There should not be any lumps or dampness in the powder. It will make your cake very dry. So just make sure of all that. See, we are going to sieve it 3 times. So make sure you have something like a fine what do you call a fine sieve perhaps. Okay, so now we're going to go to the butter. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5 tablespoons of butter. Oh, we are taking 6 tablespoons of butter here. 7, 8. That's right. We're going to take 8 tablespoons of butter. We're going to take this one entire tin of milk maid. 1 entire tin of milk maid. And now we're going to mix it very nicely. Okay, now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. And now we're going to beat this mixture very well. Make sure there are no lumps in it. That is extremely important. We're using an egg beater for this step. We've just taken some 150 ml of Pepsi. We're just going to keep it aside for the moment. Now we're going to add the milkmaid mixture, the milkmaid and butter mixture with the powder mixture. So you can see we're adding all of it together, and now we're going to beat it very nicely. Make sure we have no lumps in the batter. We're going to also add the Pepsi to the mixture. It's 150 ml of Pepsi. Yeah, we're going to see we are beating it extremely nicely. Make sure there are no lumps. That is extremely important. Beating and beating. Yeah. Now finally we're going to add the 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Sunflower oil is extremely important, but you can use coconut oil as well. But sunflower oil is preferred. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is preferred for this one. And we're going to mix the mixture until we achieve a smooth texture without any lumps. So we're using the oven or microwave for this. We're going to preheat the microwave at 180 degrees. preheating usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes for us. So now that the batter is ready, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grease the tin with maida and some butter to make sure that the batter does not stick to the oven, and it would be much easier to take the cake out once the cake is done. So you can see we've greased the tin, and now we are adding all our batter to it. We're gonna tap the tin a little bit to make sure there's some evenness in the cake. Now that our oven has been heated, we are going to set the timer for about 45 minutes. We are going to remove this. We're going to keep the tin again, and we're going to set the timer for 45 minutes. And now we are going to make sure it bakes. So now we're going to see how to make some simple vanilla flavored whipping cream. So we've taken 3/4 of bowl of whipping cream. You can see how whipping cream looks like. We've also showed you which brand we are using. It is Whipped Topping by Richie's. We're going to take some corn flour. We're going to take 1/2 cup of corn flour, 1 cup of icing sugar, and again we're going to take, I think, 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. You can add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence for this. Now we're going to mix all the ingredients. Mix all the ingredients, and we are going to whip it in one direction. We are using a mechanical egg beater here. It is like, it uses electricity. So we're going to mix all the ingredients which we've told before, and we are going to whip it. So first we've added some whipping cream. We have added the vanilla essence, and now we're whipping it gently at low speed. Now we are adding half of the corn flour. I repeat, half of what we are supposed to take, and half of icing sugar. Half of icing sugar. And now you can see that we are whipping it at some high speed also. Whip. I hope you're enjoying this recipe so far. It is probably one of the most simplest recipes available on the internet on how to make Black Forest cake. We've added rest of the powdered ingredients, rest of the corn flour and the icing sugar, and now we are going to beat it at high speed. A pro tip is to make sure that you use a deep freezed steel bowl to mix, so that the cream, it doesn't melt melt at room temperature. It would give much more time for it to stay cool, and if the whipping cream stays cool, then it won't melt. It will stay stiff. So now you can see we've turned the bowl upside down, and even then the whipping cream does not fall off. This is the consistency we require for whipping cream. If this consistency was not achieved, then it was problematic then, I guess. So now we've put a toothpick inside. We can see that when we take out the toothpick, there was no batter stuck to it. Now we're going to cut the upper layers. Now you can see that there are some shiny glossy layers up and on the sides of the cake. We have to remove those layers. Removal of those layers are very important, because the whipping cream won't stick to the cake very well if those layers are present, and it would give some obnoxious taste. You can see that we're removing all those glossy layers on the sides of the cake as well. Now we're going to cut the tires of the cake. A suggested number would be 3 tires, which means 2 cuts. And but if you want, you can definitely lower the number. You can make 2 tires. You can make 4 tires also. It's completely up to you if you have that proper precision. But I think 3 tires is a a respected range perhaps. So you can see we are cutting the second tire over here. It's okay because if you have some irregularities at first, you can see that we have a slight irregularity here. Don't worry about it. You can add when we add the whipping cream, it would all be, nobody's gonna notice the mistakes. And it comes with practice. So now you can see that we have added some sugar water, which is nothing but some sugar added to water, and we are going to drench the cake to make sure it stays moist. After we are going to keep the cake in the freezer or fridge, etc. We're going to refrigerate the cake, and the cake needs to stay moist. So you have to drench. I repeat, don't just add little bit. You're supposed to drench the cake with that sugar syrup. Now we're going to spread the whipping cream on our bottommost layer. We're using this long size knife to do it. Yeah. Now in Black Forest cakes, generally you can see that we use some dark chocolate shavings, we use some cherries. So we are going to do the same. We're going to add some grated dark chocolate, and we're going to add some cherries. Cherries, you can definitely get it in a tin. We're using some fresh cherries here. We've added the second layer here, and then we are going to just spread the cream evenly. Yeah. Again, we're gonna just add the chocolate. Then we are going to add the topmost layer, and finally the topmost layer is extremely important. It shows how your cake is going to be presented. So you can see that we've added some, we've used a special nozzle, a flower nozzle, and we've created those, flower kind of statues, I guess. And then we've added some cherries. The decoration is completely up to you. It's according to the way you want it. We've also stuck some chocolate chips to make it, like a home style cake. So yeah, if you like our video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the big fat like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you watch other videos as well.